Today we will be looking at the Windows desktop. Since Windows is one of the most common operating systems used today, it's important that you understand how to use it. It is also the version that we use here in this class. We use Windows 7 for our operating system. This will only give you a basic overview of how the desktop looks and what it does. Understand that other desktops are going to be slightly different if it has a different operating system. When your computer is booted up and ready to use, the screen you see is called the desktop. It's the background for all programs and contains the commands needed for accessing those programs. It varies depending on the operating system that you're going to use. Remember that the desktop is the base for all computer operations. Both Windows and Macintosh or Apple systems are based on a graphical user interface, or GUI, pronounced GUI. This simply means that the interface uses graphics or pictures to help the user navigate and access programs. When you first turn on your computer and you see the Windows logo in the background, you'll know that you're looking at your desktop. One of the main features of a graphical user interface, or GUI, is what we would call an icon. For example, this icon for Google Chrome. Icons are small pictures that are linked to programs. Double-clicking on the icon runs the program or accesses the file. If you right-click on top of the icon, this accesses a menu offering options, actions, and properties to tell you more information about the particular application or program. Certain icons, such as the recycle bin, are fixtures on the desktop. The recycle bin is nothing more than a trash can, just like you would have one in the real world, in the physical world. You put things in it that you no longer need or want. Anytime you delete a file or folder, it goes into the recycle bin, where it will stay until you empty the recycle bin. One of the other important features of your Windows desktop is the taskbar. This begins over at the left with the Start menu or Start button and goes all the way to the right to where you see your clock and your date. You will also see your speaker or your volume control. On the Start menu, you have access to all the programs within your computer system. We'll talk more about these later. However, to access these programs, you would click All Programs. We will most often use Microsoft Office and Microsoft Word and PowerPoint. It also contains the commands for shut down, log off, restart. Some other important icons that the taskbar contains is what we call quick launch icons, such as on my desktop I have Word, Outlook, Firefox, and Chrome, as well as Windows Media Player. When you double click on it in the taskbar, it opens up your program or application. One of the most important quick launch icons that you'll be using is your Windows Explorer icon. This Windows Explorer icon allows you to access your computer and the files and folders that are on your computer. When you double click on any of the folders, you open them up. You can see how I have many files and folders. This opens a window. This is your Windows Explorer window. Not like Windows, the operating system. Different than that. For example, this contains your files, your folders, your subfolders. These are all files. We have our minimize, restore, and close or exit commands. We have our title bar or our menu bar. We have our toolbar. We have scroll bars that allow us to see the different areas of all the different files and folders we have. Remember that a window that we look at to view our folders and files is not the same as our operating system Windows. Any inactive window, when minimized, will show up as a slightly raised button on the taskbar. You'll often hear me say taskbar, so it's a very important term for you to know. If it is open, you can simply click on it and it will close it or minimize it. If you want to close it, you can right-click and close the window. Learning about Windows Desktop Basics is one of the most important things we'll start with in ICT.